Welcome to our YouTube channel. Let us move on to the next module, that is velocity and acceleration analysis of mechanism by graphical method. The topics to be discussed for today's session are introduction, definitions, rubbing velocity at pin joint, methods of kinematic analysis of mechanisms, introduction to draw velocity polygons by graphical method, and some basic procedure to draw velocity and acceleration diagram for 4-bar chain mechanisms. In introduction, we know kinematics deals with study of relative motion between the various parts of the machines. The kinematics doesn't involve study of motion. If analysis includes study of motion, we call it as dynamics. Study of motions of various parts of machines is very important to determine their velocity and accelerations at different moments. As dynamic forces are a function of acceleration, in turn, acceleration is a function of velocity. The study of velocity and acceleration will be very useful in the design of mechanism. The mechanism will be represented by a line diagram. That line diagram is also called as configuration diagram. The analysis can be carried out both by graphical method as well as analytical method. Let us move to some important definitions. We know the basic definitions, the displacement. So all particles of a body move in parallel plane and travel by some distance is called as linear displacement. We can denote the linear displacement as by x. A body rotating about a fixed point in such a way that particular moves in circular path is called as angular displacement. And we know the angular displacement is denoted by theta. We have different types of motions also, like plane motion, translation motion, rotation motion, both translation and rotation motion, helical motion, spherical motion, and so on. And we know the velocity is the rate of change of displacement, and this velocity can be either linear velocity or angular velocity. We know that the linear velocity is rate of change of linear displacement. If we take x as the linear displacement, the first derivative of displacement is linear velocity. Similarly, the first derivative of angular displacement is angular velocity. Hence, the angular velocity is defined as rate of change of angular displacement denoted by omega is equal to d theta by dt. That is differentiation of angular displacement with respect to time. The relation between linear velocity and angular velocity is x is equal to r theta. We can convert the angular displacement into linear displacement using this formula x is equal to r theta. If we differentiate both the side with respect to time, so dx by dt is equal to r times d theta by dt. And we know the first derivative of displacement is linear velocity and first derivative of angular displacement is angular velocity. Can be represented v and omega. Hence, the relationship between linear and velocity and angular velocity is v is equal to r omega, where omega is equal to d theta by dt. If we move on to acceleration, the definition of acceleration is, we know, is a rate of change of velocity. Hence, is a second derivative of displacement. The first derivative of velocity gives us acceleration, and second derivative of displacement gives us the acceleration. The linear acceleration is rate of change of linear velocity, and similarly the angular acceleration is rate of change of angular velocity. It's denoted by alpha. We can mention it as a d omega by dt and d square omega theta by dt square. Some important definitions. Let us discuss absolute velocity. We can say absolute velocity when we measure a velocity with respect to a fixed point. Means the fixed point should have a zero velocity. In the diagram we can see the point O2 is a fixed point. Point O2 is a fixed point which has zero velocity. Assume this link is rotating uh, in a clockwise direction with angular velocity omega 2. Hence, the point A will have some velocity with respect to O2. This is called as absolute velocity. The velocity of point A with respect to O2 is called as absolute velocity because we are measuring the velocity of point A with respect to a fixed point. This velocity can be found by the formula, that is multiplying the angular velocity with respect to the length of the link, that is omega 2 into r, or omega 2 into length of O2A. As we have absolute velocity, at the same time we have another velocity called relative velocity. The relative velocity of a point is with respect to any other point, not with respect to the fixed point, is with respect to any other point, let it be x. If you consider this 4-bar chain mechanism, we have two fixed points, that is O2 and O4. If we measure the velocity with respect to velocity A with respect to O2, that will be the absolute velocity. If we measure the velocity of point B with respect to O4, that is also absolute velocity. But when the velocity of point B with respect to A will be the relative velocity. Our velocity of point A with respect to B is a relative velocity. We mention VBA means the first letter indicates the velocity of point and the second letter indicates with respect to a particular point. So VBA is read as velocity of point B with respect to point A. And one more thing, the diagram what we have drawn here is called as configuration diagram. Capital letters are used for configuration diagram and small letters are used to draw velocity diagram. So velocity polygons we will take up in next slide. So now in clear, once again to explain in detail, we have divided the 4 links of the 4-bar chain. The fixed link we can consider it as 1, and this crank as number 2, this is number 3, and the last link is number 4. So velocity of point A will be considered as absolute velocity since we have angular velocity in a clockwise direction. So angular velocity vector will go in this direction. So this is VA with respect to fixed point. Velocity of point A with respect to fixed point, hence VA is the absolute velocity. We can find using formula VA is equal to omega 2 into O2A. That is the length of the link. Angular velocity multiplied by length of the link. Whereas at the point B also, if you consider, if you make the velocity of point B, so this link also tends to move in right hand side. So velocity of point B with respect to fixed point O4, hence it is also absolute velocity since O4 is a fixed point. Now if we come to link 3, we have 2 points A and B. So velocity of point B with respect to A is written as VBA, and velocity of point A with respect to B is written as VAB. These two are of equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So link 3 gives us the relative velocities. And linear velocities is always perpendicular to the line that connects the center of link rotation to the point of consideration. This will be useful while drawing the velocity polygons. While drawing velocity vector, we should take perpendicular to the line that connects the center of link rotation to the point of consideration. Then angular velocity is the rate of change of angular displacement and is denoted by omega, can be calculated with the help of linear velocity divided by length of the link. In acceleration, also we have linear acceleration and acceleration. Further, the acceleration can be separated into two elements, which are the normal component acceleration and tangential component acceleration. The normal component acceleration is also called as centripetal component acceleration or radial component acceleration. Let us discuss what is this normal component acceleration and tangential component acceleration. The normal component acceleration can be defined like this: any change in velocity direction creates normal acceleration, which is always directed towards the center. So when there is a change in direction of velocity, it, it creates some acceleration towards the center of rotation. Assume a body is rotating about a fixed point, So when the direction of velocity keeps changing, they produces a acceleration directed towards the center of rotation, and this is called as normal acceleration. And we can say this normal acceleration is perpendicular to the velocity of that particle at given instant. So the velocity vector and normal vector are 90-degree apart. The tangential component acceleration is any change in magnitude of velocity creates tangential acceleration. It is always tangent to the circular path. So since it's a tangent to circular path, it is perpendicular to the normal component of acceleration, or else we can say that tangential component is parallel to the velocity of that particle at given instant. Hence, the relationship between normal component acceleration and tangential component accelerations are mutually perpendicular. The normal component acceleration is perpendicular to the velocity, and tangential component acceleration is parallel to velocity. Let's move on to the rubbing velocity at a pin joint. The definition goes like this: it is defined as the algebraic sum between the angular velocities of the two links which are connected by pin joints, and it is multiplied by the radius of the pin. And one should take care of the direction of rotation, because when the links move in same direction, we consider negative sign, and when the links move in opposite direction, we consider positive sign. So in the diagram, we can see both the links are rotating in opposite direction. Hence, the rubbing velocity at pin joint O will give by omega 1 plus omega 2 multiplied by the radius of the pin. Similarly, if the link moves in the same direction, we need to use the formula omega 1 minus omega 2 multiplied by radius of pin gives us the rubbing velocity at pin joint. Velocity analysis of mechanisms. We have different methods for kinematic analysis of mechanism, mainly classified under two heading. One is by graphical method, the other one is analytical method. Under graphical method, we can follow relative velocity and acceleration method, instantaneous center method, Klein's construction method, whereas in analytical method, vector algebra method, complex algebra method, and some special analytical solution for IC engine mechanisms can be followed. Out of this, the relative velocity method is very useful, and it's a rapid method for determining linear and angular velocities in the mechanism. This method has the additional advantage over the other methods since it's very simple and fairly accurate if proper care is taken. While constructing the velocity and acceleration polygons, one should give more attention during graphical method. Let us have some instructions related to graphical method. The below points to be considered while solving problems using graphical method. We need to draw the configuration design to suitable scale. So in previous slides I explained what is configuration diagram. The points in the configuration be represented by capital letters. So configuration diagrams gives an outer structure of mechanism. By taking suitable scale, we need to draw the configuration diagram. Means we need to consider the length of every links and we need to draw the diagram of mechanism. That's nothing but the configuration diagram taking suitable scale. Then to draw the velocity diagram, we need to locate all fixed point of in a mechanism as a common point. We might have 3 to 4, for example, 3 to 4 fixed point in mechanism. But while drawing velocity diagram, we need to consider only one common point as a fixed point. Hence, we need to locate all fixed point in the mechanism as a common point in velocity diagram. Then, before moving to the velocity diagram construction, we need to choose a suitable scale to draw the velocity diagrams. Velocity vector of each rotating link is perpendicular to the link. So, is the relationship between the link and velocity vector. Velocity vector will be always perpendicular to the link. And velocity of each link in mechanism has both magnitude and direction. Because velocity is a vector quantity, hence it has both magnitude and direction. Start from a point whose magnitude and direction is known. While drawing vector diagram, one has to start from a vector whose both magnitude and directions are known. A point of velocity diagram are indicated by small letters, whereas the points on configuration diagram are indicated by capital letters. These are some points to be remembered during graphical method approach. Some instructions to solve the 4-bar mechanism problems are: the right hand side we have given the configuration diagram. Let us assume we know some parameters of this 4-bar mechanism and we know the angular velocity of the crank omega 2. We know the magnitude of this omega 2 like 2 radians per second or 3 radians per second. If we want to determine omega 3 and omega 4, that is angular velocity of link 3 and link 4, this example will give us some idea. So let us assume this link 2 is rotating in counterclockwise. If we write the position vector and velocity vector equations, RA2 plus RBA minus RBO4 minus RO4 O2 should be equal to 0. And in terms of velocity vector, velocity of point A plus velocity of B with respect to A minus VB is equal to 0. You can see the direction of vector inside the diagram. The red color vector arrow mark is in this direction, the black color vector and pink color vector, and one more black color vector. Hence the summation of this velocity vector must be equal to 0. Since these vectors have constant length, their corresponding velocity vectors are tangential. And we know we can convert the linear velocity into angular velocity with the help of v is equal to r into length. Hence, we arrive final equation is this one. Angular velocity of link 2 multiplied by length of link 2, angular velocity of link 3 and length of link 3 multiplied by angular velocity of link 4 multiplied by length of link 4. I am considering the fixed link as number 1. So this is fixed link number 1, and this crank as number 2, this coupler as link number 3, and this the final one as link number 4. Hence, the unknown omega 3 and omega 4 can be calculated since all vectors axes are calculated with the help of velocity polygon. Let us discuss some procedure to draw velocity polygons for 4-bar mechanism. So here we have 4-bar mechanism. First, we need to draw the configuration diagram. Once we have configuration diagram, we need to locate a point OV. OV means zero velocity point. In the configuration diagram, we have two fixed point, that means two zero velocity points, that is O2 and O4. O2 and O4. So these two will be considered on vector diagram at a common point. Now we need to place the set square in such a way that one of the edge of set square should coincide with link number 2 and draw a perpendicular line to link number 2 using set square. We will be knowing the both magnitude and direction of this velocity vector A. So when you draw a perpendicular line to link 2, that gives VA, that is velocity of point A. The direction will be perpendicular to link 2 and magnitude will be length of link 2 multiplied by angular velocity. And we assumed that it's rotating in counterclockwise, hence the direction of vector will be towards left hand side. Further, now continue the drawing the velocity polygon. We stop at this point, point A. We obtain, we know the magnitude of this vector and direction of this vector. Shift the set square in such a way that one edge of the set square should touch the link number 3 and draw a perpendicular line in such a way that a line should start from point A, this point A, where we stop at the previous step. So draw a perpendicular line. This is the direction of velocity of point B with respect to A, but we don't know the magnitude of this vector. We know only the direction. Hence, simply draw a certain length line. So this is the direction of velocity vector B with respect to A. Further, shift the set square to link number 4. Place the set square in such a way that one edge of the set square matches with the link 4 and draw a perpendicular line to link 4 starting from OV. Because O4 is a fixed point, we will consider all fixed points at a common point, that is OV. So draw a perpendicular line from OV. When for this vector also we know only the direction, no, we don't know the magnitude. And since we don't know the magnitude, just produce that line until this pink color line intersects with the green color line. Finally, we obtain the velocity diagram like this. So the intersection of these two will be the endpoints of the vectors. Now by measuring the length of VB, we can get the magnitude of velocity of point B. And by measuring this green color vector length, we can get the magnitude of velocity of point B with respect to A. Once we get these two values, we can get omega 3 value and omega 4 value by converting the linear velocity into angular velocity by using relationship between linear velocity and angular velocity formula. The procedure to draw angular acceleration polygon R, so we need to start from a fixed point OA, that is zero acceleration. Consider link to draw a normal component. So normal component will be always radial to the link. So it will be parallel to the link. So parallel to link to draw normal component of acceleration of point A, for which the magnitude will be known. Then draw a perpendicular line to the normal component to get the tangential component of point A, acceleration component point A, for which we know both acceleration and magnitude. Then move on to the link 3. For link 3, we'll be knowing the radial component, the normal component or radial component, which is parallel to the link 3. So parallel to link 3, draw a normal line, draw a normal line A B, sorry, normal component AB, ABA, that is normal component of B with respect to A. Then the acceleration of point B, normal component also will be known. Draw parallel to this pink color line, the vertical line. These numerical values we can find out using the formulas. Therefore, we will be knowing the numerical values of the magnitude of all these vectors and directions too. Later, the unknown magnitude vectors are the tangential component of acceleration of B with respect to A. So consider link number 4. Consider link number 4. Draw parallel to link number, perpendicular to link number 3 first to get the tangential component. So that is acceleration of tangential component of point B with respect to A. And then finally you join this BA with OA, that gives us the tangential component of point B. By measuring that length of that vector, we can find the acceleration of link 3. So this is the general procedure to solve the 4-bar chain mechanisms, velocity and acceleration problems. This is the example problem what we took for explanation. Once we get through the numericals, we can construct with respect to their scale and magnitude and direction. Thank you.